Right, okay. I am not a lawyer. That's the most important thing here. This is my own experience of using the small claims court to right wrongs. Small claims court is set up for non-lawyers, but don't take legal advice from me. If you end up losing your home and being deported to Australia, it is not my fault, and I take no responsibility whatsoever. So, what I am, I think of myself somewhere kind of Erin Brockovich, righting wrongs, Anne Robinson, the scourge of the evil corporation, and mostly Victor Meldrew, an angry old man. This is definitely not worth the time financially. It's like writing angry letters, but more satisfying. So Gladiator computers, I bought a computer, I had a power supply that blew up, so I said, I'm not sending back the computer, that'll take ages. I'll buy a new power supply, I'll send back the broken one, you'll then check that it's actually the broken one, and you'll give me a refund on the original. They said, that's great, until actually refund time. So many angry letters and phone calls, and the MD ended up saying, I'm not saying you're lying, but he's not giving me my money back. So I went to the small claims court, and small claims court is really cool. You can go online, it's a website, we've all done these, you fill out a form, you say why you think they're bad people in a relatively small number of words, that's the hard bit, getting it into like 7 sentences. You pay a fee based on how much money you're claiming, which is automatically added to how much they have to pay you, assuming you win. So then there's the process. You send them a letter saying, if you don't do this, I'm going to dob you into Money Claim Online. You fill out Money Claim Online, they always decide to defend it for no clear reason. It gets allocated to a court, you fill out a letter, you can staple something there and kind of tell your full story. And then in all of my cases, they take a while, and then they settle, and then I win. One key factor is the home advantage. If you fight a corporation, and the corporation is based in Glasgow, they have to come all the way to Bristol to argue with you. And in the Gladiator computer case, boo, Gladiator loses. Okay. Next case, Expedia. So back in 2004, I booked a flight. They owed me a refund from it, they never paid. Every year or so, I'd call them up and say, give me my money, and then I'd forget about it, and they'd forget about it, and nothing would happen. So I decided small claims, and it's the only thing to do. So you have to find an address. It has to be a UK address, which is actually quite hard. Found them through APTA, send a letter, they ignore it, send a legal claim, they don't ignore it, and they pay up. Then you can claim 8% interest, which is way better than a bank. Insure and Go, £77.26. You think you're buying an annual travel policy, but on page 6 of the 26-page terms and conditions, it says, we're going to charge you for this every year unless you write to us and ask you about it. They don't say we're going to send you an email every time, because they won't. So I've got a lovely quote from Fancy Pants Judge, Lord Bingham. The requirement of good faith in this context is one of fair and open dealing. Openness requires the terms should be expressed fully, clearly, and legibly, containing no concealed pitfalls or traps. So I sued them, and they lost. So they had to pay me my money. They didn't respond to the letters, but as soon as it goes to court, here's your money, and £25 for the fee. It's great. So here's the next one, the flight centre. This is the exact email I got after booking my flight with car rental. And I get out to America, and then, oh no, this is not what you have paid. You must pay $50 extra for a full tank of fuel. I don't need a full tank of fuel, and I love this logo, because Flight Centre, it turns out, actually are beatable. Next case is my epic battle against O2 of my Palm Pre. I bought a Palm Pre from them, I said, hey, can I unlock this? They said, of course you can unlock this. It might be in a few months' time, there might be a nominal fee, but normally it's free. So then I go to the form, it has a little drop down, Palm Pre, yes I want to unlock it, and then a day or two later you get back an email saying, no, we don't want to unlock it because for the best customer experience, we don't unlock these. So I write a letter and I get the letter back saying, no, it's not our fault. Due to it being exclusive, we will not be able to unlock the handset. Once this handset is released with other mobile operators, which will be a decision made by Palm, we may be able to unlock the phone. And it turns out there's a page hidden. It's kind of like the locked filing cabinet in the basement with a sign on the door saying, beware of the leopard, which says, you know, we may not be able to unlock this for some smartphones. So, epic battle, goes to the court, sorry, it doesn't go to court, it writes letters, they say they're not going to do anything, they say, we'll do something, but you have to sign confidentiality. I say, I'm not signing any confidentiality agreements, and then they settle and they pay me money for my time, and then I publish it on the register. How is that for awesome, geeky coolness? And my final point, I'm not a lawyer, you are not a lawyer, but you can use the small claims court, you can right the wrongs, you can go out and fight those evil corporations. Please email me, usemoneyclaimant.gov.uk, tell me all about it, and I'd love to hear your stories.